Hello and welcome to the YouTube companion for AstroChiron.com. Or maybe it's welcome back if you've watched any of the videos in the Ascendant series. If so, I see you've come back to see if I'm as accurate about your sun sign as I was your rising sign. Let's see. This video is centered around the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. The sun is exalted in Aries, meaning it is here that the sun feels his best. Your ego is uninhibited while your will is backed up by action. You're creative enough to express yourself how you want without getting caught up in how people receive the things you create and the actions you take. First, we'll start with Aries' expression through masculine features. Their eyes are close together, barring Chance, whose eyes are farther apart like Hallie's. This is especially evident on Eric and Seth. They have taller, sloping foreheads. This makes it look like their faces start much lower on their heads than they do. I'd wager that's why most of these men keep longer hair and wear hats to balance out the size of their foreheads. Their low-set eyebrows add yet more height to their foreheads as they hug their eyes rather closely. Their ears are more pointed and much smaller than their heads. I could not for the life of me find a picture where I can see the top of Eric's ears, so I can only assume. Finally, they have wide nose tips, nearly matching the lengths of their noses. This almost forms an equilateral triangle of sorts. As for the women, they also have wider nose tips, although their noses aren't as equal in proportion as their counterparts. They have smaller or sleepy eyes. They seem to be heavily lidded, except in Alana's case, whose eyes are just small in general. They have a squarer forehead than their counterparts, which juxtaposes how much their faces round out at the bottom. They have almost no cheekbone prominence, giving them a flatter face and less pronounced cheeks. I'd argue the men have bigger cheeks than the women do, honestly. Finally, they have very even lips atop shorter chins, which protrude just slightly from their rounder jawline. Unlike the video is brought to you by me. I am the astrologer behind AstroChiron.com, the one-stop shop for all astrological readings, articles, horoscopes, and art. I have a free ask feature that you can use for quick questions that I will respond to via blog post. Readings range from $25 to $200, whether you want 3 questions answered in detail, all the way to a thorough hour-long or more reading from me personally via phone or video chat, discussing your entire natal chart, the aspects within it, and each planet's placement. The first 20 subscribers to this channel will gain access to all 20+ written and live readings at a 40% off discount. Again, that's astrochiron.com, ASTRO-CHIRON.com. Don't forget the hyphen, and join our community today. Unlike the Ascendant, which rules our response to our lives and the role we've been cast in, the Sun represents the identities we take on or the roles we cast ourselves in. With Aries Suns, you have a lighter vibe. You use humor, your unserious personality, and even your sometimes smaller demeanor to lessen the heaviness of your energy. This sun sign has a noticeable reliance on comedy to get their points across or to get through life in general. Obviously, Ilana, Seth, and Eric are working comedians. They all have done stand-up, but are mostly known for doing comedic television or movies, whether via writing or acting. Hallie and Ari are notably bubbly and witty in interviews and on their social media lives. Even Ari's voice inspires a lighter mood with her upward inflections and lighter tone. Hallie is known to be the Bailey sister with the fieriest energy, which is backed up by Aries' status as a fire sign, but even her threats wielded in protection of her sister come off like a Disney princess threatening you with her scepter. Finally, Quavo's ad-libs, especially in the early days of the Migos, were always pretty humorous. It added to their memorability and thus to each song's popularity. Like Aries ascendants, Aries Sun natives usually begin their paths at the very beginning in a grassroots manner. Hallie started off posting covers of music online with her sister Chloe. Luckily, they met Beyonce on the set of Fighting Temptations, which set up their motivation to post their videos on this very website years later. Ari began her music career similarly, even independently releasing several mixtapes before gaining recognition at Dreamville, J. Cole's record label. Additionally, Summer learned to play guitar by herself and began her music on SoundCloud. The latter isn't uncommon amongst musical artists, but her drive to teach herself an instrument is ambition and curiosity that many do not have. As a final point, we must look at each of these people's partners. While Aries' sister sign Libra is mostly associated with romance, Aries' propensity to establish their own identity, even in well-known partnerships, is important. Alana and Abby are best known for their roles on Broad City. They even use their own first names for their characters, taking a lot of inspirations from their own lives. She and Abby are rather close in real life, and it would have been rather easy for them to settle in as a buddy comedy duo, but chose to end the show while it was popular. Chance the Rapper is known for his steady decline after marrying his wife. Well, his steady musical decline. He had been famous since his high school days, with most of his accolades coming from his work pre-album release, when he was just doing mixtapes. Finally, Eric Andre and Hannibal Buress had a hand in making The Other famous with their odd pairing on The Eric Andre Show. They've since split up with the end of the show with their own respective careers. Actually, Hannibal was on Broad City with Alana and Abby. This is how Aries Sun natives present themselves. They approach their lives in a way that makes everyone around them feel like they know exactly what they're doing, even when that's far from the case. Aries Sun is that friend who hates to fight. No, not because they're afraid of their opponent, but because they're afraid of themselves. Approach them with respect and they'll keep the energy more upbeat than you can imagine. I'd like to thank you guys for watching these videos. I hope you enjoyed the standalone videos, as they'll be coming in between the series, or maybe I'll do a couple weeks worth of standalones if they do better with views. Make sure to like and comment what you'd like to see from me or this channel. We're still super small, so your opinion has a huge effect on what I post. Thank you guys and much love.